In July 2025, Figma debuted on the New York Stock Exchange, closing its first day of trading at nearly $68 billion. But that massive public success hides a chaotic origin story. In 2012, founder Dylan Field went into pitch meetings with a completely unfocused product. He and his co-founder were proposing software for drones, 3D browser graphics, and a photo editor, all at the same time. Investors saw a lack of singular direction. When Field pitched John Lilly for an early seed round, Lilly passed on the deal, telling the young founder, "I just don't think you know what you're doing yet." To get funded, Field had to ruthlessly cut his presentation down to a single, believable idea. In this video, we are going to apply that exact Figma edit to your pitch deck to cut out the fluff that gets startups rejected. Pitching a broad, do-everything product on day one signals amateurism. Hyper-specificity is how you earn an investor's trust. Step 1 is adopting the right mindset. Read through your deck like an exhausted investor, actively looking for a reason to say no. Start by isolating your product vision slide. Count exactly how many separate tools, features, or user experiences you're pitching on a single screen. During early beta, Figma's team built a meme generator and a browser-based version of Lightroom. Pitching these disparate side projects actively killed their momentum. They only gained traction with investors when they threw all of that out and focused exclusively on solving one problem: multiplayer UI design in the browser. Look at your product vision slide again. Hit the delete key on any bullet point, graphic, or feature claim that does not directly support your single core use case. Pretending you have the resources to operate a multi-product, billion-dollar company on day one flags you as a founder who doesn't know how to prioritize execution. Next, navigate to your total addressable market slide. The standard failure here is throwing a massive $100 billion number on the screen. Venture capitalists immediately ignore these massive numbers. They call this the everyone with hands trap, a theoretical market with no bearing on your actual sales strategy. This massive pie chart is unbelievable to investors. You lack the budget to reach $100 billion of customers. Instead, copy Figma's wedge strategy. They ignored the broad market, targeting a tiny slice, interface designers needing real-time collaboration. The purpose of the market slide is not to prove ultimate global scale. It is to prove you know exactly who your first 1,000 users are. Rewrite your market slide right now. Shrink the target demographic down until it is highly specific and entirely winnable within your first 12 months of operation. A credible, narrow market builds far more investor confidence than a fictional, massive one. Finally, check your how it works slide. The rule is simple. Bullet points cannot prove functionality. Sarah Guo, a partner at Greylock, was the investor who ultimately led Figma's $14 million Series A. Dylan Field won that critical meeting by ditching text entirely. Instead, he pulled up the software on his device and had two designers drag rectangles across a canvas in real time. To prove the technology worked smoothly, Field ran this live browser-based demonstration on an early generation iPad. Mimic this exact strategy in your deck. Replace text with embedded GIFs, raw application screenshots, or a 10-second working prototype. Here is the ultimate acid test for this slide. If you delete all the explanatory text, does the image alone still prove how the product works? Text generates skepticism. Undeniable visual proof eliminates investor doubt instantly. If you followed these steps, your deck is now half its original size. It is highly specific, visually driven, and stripped of the fluff that leads to instant rejection. The gap between a rejected pitch and a funded one is rarely the core idea itself. It's the formatting and focus we just fixed. If you want to bypass the trial and error entirely, download our VC-ready 16-slide pitch deck in Canva for $497. The package includes our slide-by-slide VC instruction guide. This is a 16-page consulting manual built entirely around investor psychology, telling you exactly what to put on every single slide. Get full ownership of all assets, 0 recurring software fees, and free access to future upgrades. Stop guessing what investors want to see. Click the link in the description and use the exact framework proven to get startups funded.